Chiang Kai-shek, better known in China as Jiang Jieshi or Jiang Zhongzheng, was a Chinese political and military leader who served as the leader of the Republic of China between 1928 and 1975. Chiang was an influential member of the Kuomintang, the Chinese Nationalist Party, and was a close ally of Sun Yat-sen. He became the Commandant of the Kuomintang's Whampoa military academy and took Sun's place as leader of the KMT following the Canton Coup in early 1926. Having neutralized the party's left wing, Chiang then led Sun's long-postponed northern expedition, conquering or reaching accommodations with China's many warlords. He served as chairman of the National Military Council of the Nationalist Government of the Republic of China from 1928 to 1948. Chiang Kai-shek was socially conservative, promoting traditional Chinese culture in the New Life movement and rejecting both Western democracy and Sun's nationalist democratic socialism in favor of an authoritarian government. Unable to maintain Sun's good relations with the communists, he purged them in a massacre at Shanghai and repression of uprisings at Guangzhou and elsewhere. At the onset of the Second Sino-Japanese War, which later became the Chinese theater of World War II, Zhang Zuolang kidnapped Chiang and obliged him to establish a second united front with the communists. After the defeat of the Japanese, the American-sponsored Marshall Mission, an attempt to negotiate a coalition government, failed in 1946. The Chinese Civil War resumed, with the CCP defeating the Nationalists and declaring the People's Republic of China in 1949. Chiang's government and army retreated to Taiwan, where Chiang imposed martial law and persecuted people critical of his rule in a period known as the White Terror. After evacuating to Taiwan, Chiang's government continued to declare its intention to retake mainland China. Chiang ruled Taiwan securely as President of the Republic of China and General of the Kuomintang until his death in 1975. Names. Like many other Chinese historical figures, Chiang used several names throughout his life. That inscribed in the genealogical records of his family as Jiang Zhongzheng. This so-called register name is the one under which his extended relatives knew him, and the one he used in formal occasions, such as when he got married. In deference to tradition, family members did not use the register name in conversation with people outside of the family. In fact, the concept of real or original name is not as clear-cut in China as it is in the Western world. In honor of tradition, Chinese families waited a number of years before officially naming their offspring. In the meantime, they used a milk name, given to the infant shortly after his birth and known only to the close family. Thus, the actual name that Chiang received at birth was Jiang Ruiyuan. In 1903, the 16-year-old Chiang went to Ningbo to be a student, and he chose a school name. This was actually the formal name of a person, used by older people to address him, and the one he would use the most in the first decades of his life. Whereas the milk name is known as the small name. The school name that Chiang chose for himself was Jiqing. For the next 15 years or so, Chiang was known as Jiang Jieshi. This is the name under which Sun Yat-sen knew him when Chiang joined the Republicans in Guangzhou in the 1910s. In 1912, when Jiang Jieshi was in Japan, he started to use the name Chiang Kai-shek Wade Giles Chiang Jieshi as a pen name for the articles that he published in a Chinese magazine he founded, Voice of the Army. Chiang became known by Westerners under the Cantonese Romanization Americanization of his courtesy name, while the family name as known in English seems to be the Mandarin pronunciation of his Chinese family name, transliterated in Wade Giles. Kai-shek soon became his courtesy name. Some think the name was chosen from the classic Chinese book The I Ching. Firm as a rock is the beginning of line 2 of hexagram 16. Others note that the first character of his courtesy name is also the first character of the courtesy name of his brother and other male relatives on the same generation line, while the second character of his courtesy name Shi suggests the second character of his register name, Tai. Courtesy names in China often bore a connection with the personal name of the person, as the courtesy name is the name used by people of the same generation to address the person. Chiang soon became known under this new name. Sometime in 1917 and 1918, as Chiang became close to Sun Yat-sen, he changed his name from Jiang Jieshi to Jiang Zhongzheng. By adopting the name Cheng, he was choosing a name very similar to the name of Sun Yat-sen, who was known among Chinese as Zhongshan, thus establishing a link between the two. The meaning of uprightness, rectitude, or orthodoxy, implied by his name, also positioned him as the legitimate heir of Sun Yat-sen and his ideas. Not surprisingly, the Chinese Communists always rejected the use of this name, and it is not well known in mainland China. However, it was readily accepted by members of the Chinese Nationalist Party and is the name under which Chiang Kai-shek is still commonly known in Taiwan. Often the name is shortened to Cheng only. For many years, passengers arriving at the Chiang Kai-shek International Airport were greeted by signs in Chinese welcoming them to the Changcheng International Airport. Similarly, the monument erected to Chiang's memory in Taipei, known in English as Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall, was literally named Changcheng Memorial Hall in Chinese. In Singapore, Changcheng High School was named after him. His name is also written in Taiwan as the late President Lord Chiang, where the one-character wide space known as NUOTI shows respect. This practice has lost some popularity. However, he is still known as Lord Chiang, along with the name Chiang Changcheng, in Taiwan.